Hey y'all, Rick, Fearless Fairless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punch Wally Garage, Fearless Services. Good morning. How you doing, all right? Today is Friday, August 15th, 2025, year of our Lord, season number 3, episode number 227. Hold on, let me figure this out. In today's show, we are going to talk about transportation to school. Let's go. In my life, yes, I said transportation to school. In my life, the 365 Project, coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas in the powerful CHUMP studio. Today's show is brought to you by Reliable Diamond Tool. That's ready2.com. REDITOO.com. Check them out for concrete and masonry working tools. Also brought to you by Simpson motorcycle helmets. If you got a $100 head, you should wear a $100 helmet. But if your head is priceless, like that old one right there, you should wear a Simpson. They are the best. We are a dealer. StrokersDallasMerch.com. Spire, S-P-I-R-E, Construction Inc. There is your hookup for a residential general contractor. My son-in-law, Elliot, owns the company. They do a great job. They do a lot of work for us. Tell them I sent you. Anything from your roof to your floor, your heating, your air conditioning. You want to remodel a bathroom, make a bedroom bigger, what you got? SpireConstructionInc.com. Tell them I sent you. Maverick Harley-Davidson, Longhorn Harley-Davidson, the official Harley-Davidson dealers for Strokers Dallas and Strokers Ice House. Tonight is Bike Night, sponsored by the aforementioned Maverick and Longhorn Harley-Davidson. Check those fine folks out. But right now, turn off that news and let's me and you take a stroll down memory lane. Today, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine goes back to 1969. So in 1969, and your whole time in high school, getting to and from school was a big deal on determining your status in school. In other words, if you rode the bus to school, your status was pretty low. I don't know why it was, but the kids that rode the bus weren't considered cool. And I rode the bus plenty of times, but it was never my choice. We lived probably 2 miles from school, 1.5 miles. And I used to walk. I walked a lot. I used to ride my bicycle to junior high and I think a little bit to high school. Then I got a motorcycle. And there wasn't much cooler. There wasn't much that did anything better for your status as a cool cat than riding a motorcycle to school. That was pretty good. But what I remember was, if my grades weren't good, or if I acted up at home, my dad, my mom, and my pop would take that motorcycle away from me because they knew that that was my salvation. And I'd have to walk to school or ride the dreaded bus. I'd rather walk to school than ride the bus, but some days it was raining, or some days it was really cold, or some days it was just you were too tired to walk to school. I get it, riding the bus to school. If you live, and a lot of y'all live in the country, and so, it was 5 or 7 miles to school, and you had to take the bus. I remember an episode of Fred Sanford. He was telling Lamont how tough it was when he was a kid, and he said, you know, when I was a kid, Lamont, it was 10 miles to school every day. And Lamont said, I know, Dad, you walked 10 miles to school every day. And he said, nope, I walked 5 and I swam 5. Let's check that chuck. Check that chuck. Woo, you got those candy greens on. This is kind of a lima bean green. Nothing worse than lima beans. It's like riding the school bus. It's terrible. 2 black racing stripes, boot bottoms, cane forward vent hose, tan logo, matching shoestrings, 1 eye down, double knotted for safety. These are, say it with me, y'all, these are some handsome chucks. Let's check the office. Yeah. Come on. We are going into the bowels of the company. I want to show you what I looked like when I was in high school. That's me with my Beatles haircut. I was 15, so this was 1971. That's me in front of our house. There's my bicycle, my dad's truck, my mom's car. Be pretty cool to turn the clock back, wouldn't it? You want to turn the clock back with me? That boy right there was nuts over motorcycles. Guess what? He still is. What about you? Are you a motorcycle guy? I mean, I know a lot of people that listen to the show are motorcycle people. But a lot of people that listen to the show aren't. That's okay. That's okay. What was my grandma Goldie doing 76 years ago today, August 15th, 1949 was a Monday. Grandma wrote, Harry, that's my dad, and Dick, that's my grandpa, are working at Kristen's. We went to the park this evening for R&A. Mother and Dad went with me. What's R&A? Any of you country folk know? Dad joke. Did you hear that the belt got arrested for holding up the pants? Get off the couch, a motivational minute. I wish I would have met some people a little earlier, some a little later, and some never at all. True. You know, there's people that come through your life that change your life. Some for the better, some for the worse. And you've got to know when to go away from the toxic ones. And I've had to walk away from lots of toxic ones. People that are there to use you. But man, I got some kinfolks and some friends that are so good to me. Anything I need, they're there. That's a wonderful blessing right there. Thank God for those people. Okay, today is Friday, so it's bike night. Maverick Harley Davidson, Longhorn Harley Davidson. What about you this weekend? What are you doing? It's supposed to be a hot one here in Dallas, but it's August, so we're used to hot ones here in Dallas. If you're looking for a motorcycle, check out my website. You know, we have one called StrokersOnline.com. That gives you the best view of the motorcycles, and we have some bikes in, lots of bikes in. We have some cool ones that we're selling on behalf of the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children that you can make a good deal on, and they're great bikes. StrokersOnline.com. All right. Remember, there ain't no place like this place. Love you, Alice. Bye, y'all.